Hi everyone, it's Jennifer, and today I am here with the Poppystamps challenge, and this month's challenge theme is cards for kids. And I've made a fun little box that actually explodes into pop-up cubes when it's opened. It's a little Halloween theme, and I thought it was cute with the little eyes with a crate idea theme here. I'll list everything that I used below, but I did use the Halloween pumpkin stamp and die set from Memory Box, and that created the trick or treat tag. There's a tag stamp and a die with sentiment, and then the adorable Halloween ingredients by Poppystamps for fangs. So when you open it, you've been warned, little cubes pop out, and it's just super fun for kids. I've made these for different themes in the past, birthdays, and I've also thought this would be cute for Christmas and have little Christmas cards with maybe a gift card down in the bottom of this box. But so many different things can be done, and everybody enjoys these boxes. So I found this originally on YouTube, but I've revamped it to go from metric to inches. So I've converted that, and that has alleviated the need for measuring, and you can get right to your scoreboard with this. So I cut the paper to 8.25 by 7, scored it 2.75 and 5.5, rotated it, and then scored again at the measurements provided: 2.75, 3.25, 3.75, and 6.5. And this scoring has eliminated all measuring and drawing out and then scoring. So anyway, now we're going from corner to corner, and we're using our scoring tool here because rather than pencil it out and score it later, I'm just doing this all in one step. So corner to corner as shown, and this will make more sense in a minute, but you wind up with these score marks. But I need to cut half of that off. So each corner with a score mark, I'm going from corner to corner of that square and just cutting off the corner. And I'm just simply, there's no line to follow. It's just going from corner to corner, lining it up on my cutting tool, and this is what I wind up with. So you can still see the score lines there. And now I'm going to cut up to that first line along that side edge of the box. So using my tool, I'm cutting all the way up to that first line, and then I'm doing that on both sides of this, what's going to be the box. And then on my next step, I'm going to cut the other direction only up to the second line. This just creates a little notch there. These are going to be little notches. So I've gone up to the first score line. Now I need to cut the rest of the paper out. We don't need it. We just need to follow the second score line. So this is what it looks like. We've got little notches that are all part of the same. It just makes it cleaner to do it this way, I think, a clean cut. And this is what it should be. So next we're just going to fold everything with the bone folder. Nice crisp edges. And notice how I'm folding that flap over and down. So I'll do it again here to show you. Fold that up and then kind of do a little mountain fold, but it's at following that little score line you made. And then just making the tab so that we can glue it together. And this is what it looks like. Next I fold over. Now see those two little notches? Because we cut that in one cut, it's nice and crisp there. And then I'm just doing a simple mountain fold. Actually, I don't know if it's called an accordion fold or mountain. It's kind of like a little accordion. And then there's a little flap there at the bottom. And I can't remember which way it goes, but it's easy to fix those if you need to make the flap go the other way. So next I'm just going to go ahead and notch everything so that the box will seal up nice and tight with no odd looking ends to it. So I'm just notching it as shown. I fold that center piece over, grab it by the center, fold it, and then we're going to make notches there too. And so once those notches are made, this is how it should look. So that's that. Now the next step is to create just a little hole for the little rubber band to go in. And I'm just eyeballing it with the center. And if at any time, I'll link the other video below too so that you can get two different perspectives on how this is made. This is just basically providing the the inches measurement, but the 2.25 by 2.25 squares, you'll need 4, and they just get glued on as shown, and 2 of these guys turn into one box. So once you get going and you make them in bulk, they go really fast, but I just did that 1/2 to show you, and then you just make that, and 2 for every box, and I think the main box has 5 in it. So then I'm just gluing it on together end to end as shown, and then I'm just making sure that everything lines up correctly on the outside and that it folds good, and then it's just time to put the rubber band in. So with those ends together, you saw me make the edge of the rubber band a little bit thinner there so I can get it through, and I just simply made a knot. And I've experimented a little bit with you know, the measurement of how tight to make this knot, because if you put the rubber band in too loose, your box isn't going to be as springy as if you made it a little bit tighter. So I'm going to be providing that measurement here in just a second. But once that first one is knotted, then you just simply carry the rubber band through to the other side, and it'll start to kind of close up that box. And again, you just kind of have to do this and just kind of have to watch this through to see how it comes together. But it really is simple and fast, I promise. So here is where you determine the length of that rubber band. This is going to determine the springiness, so I thought it would be helpful to kind of take a measurement there, and it was approximately 2 5/8 inches is what that slack on that rubber band was, and it's going to stretch out as it's used, so I made it a little tighter than I've made other ones, and I really like how this turned out. So here's what we've got so far. I just kind of put something heavy on that right side, and I need to close up those triangle flaps like we did, and glue the edges, fold it over, and then I did use my bone folder to just give it a really good seal there with that glue, just a real quick little burnish. And then it was just time to do the other side. So you'll see me fold those triangles in. We've already scored them and folded them, so they're really easy to put together. Glue the sides, flip it over, make sure that that little tab is sticking up on the left side there, and then I just glued it down. And then once that's glued down and burnished and good, it's at that point that I just simply glued that tab to the inside of the box. And I'll show that here, right here. So I'm gluing this tab into the side of the box, and then the box is completely done. The box is put together. So I laid it flat. You can lay it flat as you do each of these steps, and it makes it really easy. But you can test the spring, and if you've done it too tight, it's probably a problem, but look at that spring. That is a great spring, and when they pop out of the box, especially if there's 5 of them, they're really fun. In fact, I'm going to show how much fun I had with these. So here's 5 of them, and I just used lots of different colors of paper, but again, these could be birthday, they could be Christmas, decorated with little Christmas packages. There could be a gift card down in the bottom there. So I just wanted to show those. Those are really fun to play with. So now I'm going to be making the interior of the box, so the base that all the boxes are going to fit in. And I'm scoring them as marked here. And I also put the dimension of the paper that I used. But this is what you wind up with. And then I just scored all of the lines. Now this is different than that. Then I think her name is Sarushi Pratil's video that she did. When I gave these to my nieces and nephews, they get used over and over again. So I wanted to kind of reinforce it a little bit. So this is a reinforced version of that box. It's got an extra dimension to the sides of the box where it's going to be pulled out and put back in. So just follow along with those score lines, and then this is what it should look like. I'm going to be cutting out the 3 squares on each corner. So that's all I did. I just simply cut out the 3 squares of each corner. The corner, the top, and the side. On all 4 sides. So I'm just kind of highlighting what I've done here so that you can see. And that actually went really quickly. I just cut them out. And, you know, this video has a lot of steps. This project has a lot of steps. But once again, done in bulk or done, you know, done even once, you can just see how easy it really is if you just take it step by step. Like cutting these slits is a very easy thing. And these slits are going to make the box they're the tabs to hold the box together. So the outside of those tabs get glued, and then they just slide into place, just like a normal box base. And so that's what I'm doing here along all four sides. And it's making a very tall box. The box is actually going to be 1 inch tall, so it can hold 5, maybe 6 of these little pop-up cubes. But you can make this however tall you want it to be. But I made this one 1 inch tall. And so these tabs are actually 2 inches tall, so that they fold over and kind of create a double reinforcement there. So the box is a lot sturdier rather than just one little piece of cardstock there, because these do get used over and over again. So the inside liner is 2.75 by 5.5, and I just used some Poppystamps pattern paper for that. And then the slip cover, I put the measurements up there, but I scored it at 1 1/8, 4.25, 5 3/8, and 8.5. So that right tab is going to be just a little bit smaller than the left tab. I went ahead and folded along the score lines, laid it flat, and then I'm just simply going to glue that right hand side tab, and then just fold over the left, and it creates the perfect little sleeve for this box. Now, when it's all flat is the best time to add the pattern paper to it. I'm actually not going to be doing that in this video. I just wanted to show you kind of how to put this mechanism together in inches rather than have to deal with the centimeters and drawing it all out. But for the box matting, I'm providing all of the dimensions for that, and I just used some wood pattern paper, and then I distressed it with some black soot distress ink around the edge so that it made it look older. And then I embossed fangs on there instead of cargo. I did fangs, and then I made those little Nouveau eyes, and I've got a video, I'll also link that below, of how I did that. I made a little card with Boo on it. And once again, I just used these stamp sets from Poppystamps and Memory Box, and these could be done in so many different ways once again. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day. I'll see you again soon.